G7
Who's
coming.
winning?
G7. White's winning.
Who's winning?
White's winning.
It's mate for white.
Where's the mate though?
I don't know,
That
but
mate?
it's got to be there.
Oh, he got
Oh
it.
my god! It made it in 6 seconds. Oh my gosh!
Back in 2022, Indian sensation Gukesh D was just 16 years old when he qualified for the Speed Chess Championship. Despite losing the overall match, this particular game showed Gukesh's willingness to take it to the streets against the 5-time world champion Magnus Carlsen. My name is David, and this is Blitz Breakdown.
And we see a 13-game lead for the world champion. Smarter Chess Stats had a margin of victory similar to what we are on pace for here. And again, that's what match play is all about, especially fast match play, where these... wait.
So straight out of the opening, Gukesh kind of throws the cat amongst the pigeons and plays G4, moving the same piece twice before he's castled.
Before he's cancelled, you should not move the same piece twice, you know?
Okay, so obviously that is a generalization and there are always exceptions. This happens to be an exception where G4 is a fantastic move, as you can see by the engine analysis. And the idea here is if black captures the G4 pawn, the rook is immediately going to swing to G1 and put a whole bunch of pressure on the G file. If you move back, you can capture on H6. So this is really risky for black. And if instead you choose not to capture this pawn, well, at some point, the pawn's probably going to roll forward. You can even play H4 and get a lot of momentum towards black's king and try and bust things open and get an attack going. So yeah, have to be very careful here if you're playing with the black pieces.
G3 and then G4?
See, that's what I wanted to see from Gukesh early in the match. This is how I thought he should have played from the very beginning.
Yeah.
These types of ideas.
Shout out to you, Mamad Yar of Daddy Shock. And let's go for an attack.
It's pretty loco, but it's working out perfectly. Magnus didn't react too well.
And I agree. This is the practical approach we want to see from Gukesh. Get some pressure. Can you just take D5?
You absolutely can. That's a free pawn, and another one might be coming. Magnus is basically saying, look, white is suffering from a lack of development, and now white's king doesn't have too many safe prospects, but it doesn't need to have safe prospects because look at black's king.
Yep. Why not take H6 first?
I think knight G4 maybe was on the horizon.
So here, Danny Wrench's idea of capturing on H6 is actually completely legitimate, but maybe not for the reasons that he thinks. So here's one sample line. It gets pretty complicated, but it's still a really interesting line. After knight to G5, which is what Daniel Noroditsky suggests, a very reasonable move. You're kind of cutting off the potency of the rook on G1. Now, you can actually sacrifice your bishop on G7, and after the king captures back, you can throw in H3, attacking the knight, and of course the knight can't move because it's pinned by the rook. So maybe you'll play something like capturing on F2, takes, and now you can't take back with this pawn because it's pinned. So you can see this is really a tricky line to calculate. Maybe you throw in a check, and of course you can't capture the queen, so you move to E3. But this line is very difficult to calculate when you're playing a 3-minute game with a 1-second increments. So yeah, very tricky. Instead, Gukesh decides to go for a little bit of a safer line, and instead he captures the knight on E4, I think is the next move. Yeah.
It's not an easy position for black. And given that Magnus is down a minute on the clock, I'm still giving Gukesh pretty good chances here. He didn't go for the most aggressive option of bishop H6, but you have to keep the pressure.
Clearly that doesn't solve all of his problems.
Well,
Bishop F5 is coming. He is doing it.
Orienting
Maybe
he
E3.
shall, and he does.
Okay, knight takes D5. What is he waiting for? Whoa!
Wait,
no,
that knight is pinned on the D file. Give me pins or give me death. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Gukesh.
Maybe there was a better move than E3. Maybe bishop B4.
That's what I wanted. I wanted pressure on that knight while there was still a pin with the queen and the rook. Rook on D1 spying them. Oh, bishop B4 is coming.
C5, but after bishop C5 and bishop G8, Danny, I could take and then pin your queen in the end.
Oh,
that's the
it
downside
hurts.
of castling queenside.
Analysis board. We have to show
please.
that real quick.
Bang, bang.
Knight B6, bishop B4, C5, chop, chop, queen G, bishop G8,
Bang!
doing the lady.
But
and
the
rook
line
C8.
isn't over. Rook A8 and pin the queen.
That's so frustrating.
And pull me a Guinness, please.
Gosh, we have so much work to do.
The Irish are not happy with me today.
All right, knight
Irish
B6
pawns,
played.
bad accent.
Okay, Magnus is
53.
under 10 seconds, though. I'm openly rooting for Gukesh here to get the dub. No shame. Let's go.
I wonder what kind of pawns we're going to get after F takes E4.
You know, we were way down the rabbit hole of Mel Gibson monologuing.
Whoa!
And oh, he takes and plays
No,
C4.
no, he didn't take. Why didn't Gukesh take on E4? Now Queen takes C6, and he's given Magnus a chance to consolidate. Unbelievable.
And you can even take F3 now if you're black.
So white has to take back with the queen, but now Magnus is totally fine with this bishop out of the game.
Okay, but here comes rook G7. 5 seconds for Magnus.
He has to defend that pawn. Queen E7 probably. Whoa!
G5. And we live. Hey, Canty, here we go. Play E4. Don't take.
He can play E takes F3. He can get away with that. Only Magnus. Only Magnus.
Play E4. And then H4.
E4.
E4 because the queen guards F2 as well. Yes. Now H4. Just do it.
You called it. I think H4 is the only way. You have
there
to
you
get
go.
the
Let's
bishop
go.
out with G6. But Magnus is going for his vintage queen trade.
Magnus.
So frustrating. And now I think Gukesh is losing control of the game, but he gets his king up just in time.
Okay, 5 seconds.
Rook F1. No, he's back
Bishop
in
A7,
charge.
Rook F3. No, okay. White has the bishops.
And E5 is coming, but careful, don't blunder your bishop.
I like this remaneuvering of the bishop. Here comes E5 now.
Great,
bishop F3,
great
bishop
play
C6.
in time pressure. Bishop G2, bishop H3.
I love this. Good play by Gukesh. Bishop C5 check. Yes, force the king back. King E5.
Yeah, but
there you go.
Knight D7. No!
Oh no, did I messed it up.
Now Magnus has the outside passer. I don't know who's better here. White's got 2 passers and they're more mobile, but Black's got the outside passer.
And you have to be careful of this A5, B4, C3 idea. Here it comes from Magnus.
And there it comes. He's got to go back, but now bishop F7, bishop E6 is so nasty to trade off the bishops. No, he's going to lose.
No.
He's let the H-pawn slip.
No. Oh, Magnus blundered. He had H3. What's going on? 4 seconds for Magnus. 3 seconds. 2 seconds.
He goes B4 first, and whoa, he breaks.
He's going to play A4. Oh my gosh.
He's got trousers, but so does Gukesh. G7
Who's
is coming.
winning?
G7. White's winning.
Who's winning?
White's winning.
It's mate for white.
Where's the mate, though?
I don't know, but it's got to be there.
Oh, he got
my God. He made it
C6.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no.
Poor Gukesh. You got to feel for him. We've all been there. Getting into a winning position and then just falling at the last hurdle. So, yeah, I think it's quite obvious what he was trying to set up. Just deliver checkmates. And I think the second line that he was looking at is like, oh, if Carlsen plays queen to H3, I'm still going to finish the job because, okay, you can block, but then it's mate in 3. So those 2 lines might have been kind of in the forefront of his mind, and then he just completely missed the fact that Carlsen had mate in 1 with queen to C6. So yeah, really brutal way to lose, but still, nonetheless, a very impressive game considering he's just 16 years old. And I think the pain of this match is probably a distant memory now, but it'll be even more of a distant memory if he can win the World Championship title later this year. So I'm going to be rooting for him. And that is a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.